Hey everybody, Ben here with Diesel Power Products, and today we are talking about the Ppe Resonator Delete for the 2020 to current 3-liter Duramaxes. That's right, this is the Duramax in the 1500 pickups. Today we are working on a 3-liter Duramax. This is in a 2020 GMC 1500. We are going to be installing the Ppe Resonator Delete. Now this is a very easy install. I looked at the instructions. It looks like we're going to need a 10mm and a flat blade screwdriver. And that should be all we need. Maybe an 8mm. I'm not sure yet. But first things first, we're going to get this cover off and see where we're going to be working. All right, so we've got our cover off. That's basically just a 10mm bolt and the oil fill cap. Make sure and put that oil fill cap back on so you don't drop anything down there. And here is where we're going to be working. You've got your stock resonator back here with a sensor and a bracket right there. So the instructions tell us we're going to be taking off this sensor and then the sensor bracket. Those are all going to be 10 mil nuts there. And then we're going to be able to access the resonator right back there. Should be nice and easy. Okay, now we've got our resonator right here. As you can see, that's where the Ppe one is going to go. So we need to get this clip off, and we got to reach back here and get the hose clamp off as well. It looks like you're going to be reusing this hose clamp, so you don't want to destroy that. And you're going to be reusing this hose right here, so make sure that you're not messing that up either. This hose clamp, it's actually a smaller bolt head size on there. It's a 7mm, not an 8mm, but got one right here. Going to go ahead and pop it loose. Pop our clip off. Never hurts to have a hand on this thing the whole time. They like to take flight. There we go. All right. Let's get this over the workbench. All right, so we've got the stock resonator out here with the hose. Now, this hose is going to want to stay on there. It's been there for a while, and it's got ridges built up inside, which you'll see here in just a moment. But to get this off, I loosened this up just about as much as I could, and then very lightly around a little bit each time just to break it loose. And once you do have it broken loose, you'll be able to spin it and pull it off. There's the ridges, and there's that lip we were talking about there. So you got to make sure and break that seal and pull it all the way off. So now we've got the stock resonator and the Ppe Resonator Delete. Now, if you look inside, you can see the difference. That stock resonator, it's got holes on the inside, which is basically there to help reduce noise. Well, the downside of that is those holes are not providing smooth linear flow into the turbo. They may not do with the turbo, and basically any engine, but especially diesel engines, get air in, get air out as smoothly and as quickly as possible. Well, this resonator, it's not helping to get air in quicker, smoother, anything like that. So the Ppe Resonator Delete, as you can see down the middle, that's it. It's a pipe. Straight in, straight out. There you go. Also, it's going to look nice too. And hopefully we'll get a little bit more performance out of this and some sound. Because I'll be honest, this thing from the factory is whisper quiet. We're going to take the hose that we took off of our stock resonator, put the outlet onto the Ppe resonator. I'm going to leave this loose for now, but I'm going to make sure that we're past the ridge. Then we're going to go put this back on the truck. Now with this spring clamp in here, you should be able to just slide this right over the stock one, and the spring clamp will take care of itself. You don't necessarily need to take this off and then put it on. Just gonna push and click. Okay, now before we get this put back in, it's never a bad idea to get in here and clean your surfaces. They don't need to be squeaky clean, but just want to make sure that a quick wipe never hurts. Also, since there is an O-ring in there, got a nice O-ring seal with that clip. Pro tip, you should probably, anytime there's an O-ring that's going to be like a compression fitting or basically any O-ring at all, you definitely want to make sure that you're putting some sort of lubricant on there. Usually, let's say if it's going to be around engine oil, throw a little bit of engine oil. If it's going to be around transmission, put a little bit of transmission fluid on there. We're going to get just a little bit of oil on there to make sure that that O-ring doesn't bite or doesn't roll or doesn't tear while we put this on. All right, so we've got our O-ring lubed up. It doesn't take a lot, just a little bit on there. Good practice. And we've got our clamps facing the right way. We've got the inlet, outlet, outlet. Let's get this back on. I'm going to try and do the hose section first. And we got the PPE rotate towards the front. Now this, we just need to push and it'll click. There we go. You can feel it slip all the way in. And clip pops in. Ain't going anywhere. Right, let's tighten up our hose clamps. As you get this tightened up, it's never a bad idea to recheck and make sure that you're past that ridge as you're tightening down. All right, so we've got the hose put back on, our Ppe Resonator installed with the safety clip. Everything's tightened down. We just need to get our bracket put back in place. I have to put the bracket back in place, sensor, and plug it back in, and we should be good to go to put our cover back on and enjoy some more noise out of this 3-liter Duramax. Here we go. So the stock Duramax, 3-liter Duramax, has a plastic resonator on top of the engine, which muffles the sound a little bit, doesn't really help performance, and honestly, doesn't look that great. Well, Ppe has you covered with this beautiful 6061 T6 aluminum Resonator Delete. It has a spring clip right here to hold it on, as well as a Viton O-ring on the inside, and a raised lip right here for that clamp to grab onto. So, if you're looking to get a little bit better performance out of your truck, and a really easy installation, no tools, no special tuning, nothing special to put this on, and it comes with color instructions, this is for you. If you have any questions on this, do not hesitate to reach out. We've got, you can reach us on Facebook, on Instagram, use a chat feature on the website, email us, text us, or kick it old school, pick up the phone and give us a call. We have sales techs on the phone, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. Phone number is 888-993-4373.